What's up, Knights? I'm Hakeem Dixon here with your sports update. UCF students were out in full force before kickoff at Memory Mall, tailgating before Thursday's big game. Tents filled all sides of the strip with students and fans enjoying pregame festivities. The heat and humidity didn't stop them from enjoying burgers, hot dogs, and drinks. Cornhole, frisbee, and spiraling footballs were in abundance, and the atmosphere was buzzing with anticipation for the Knights to take on the FIU Panthers. Students and fans showed up 4 hours before game time and stayed 30 minutes prior to kickoff. Knights on the Mall and Volunteer UCF were out making sure everyone had a safe and enjoyable time. Turnout was great this week. Let's come out again next week just as strong. The Knights started off the first game of the season fast and didn't let off the gas until the very end. The crowd was wild as the Knights took the field and drove 75 yards for the opening drive touchdown. FIU responded with a quick touchdown of their own, but the defense held strong in the rest of the game and only allowed a total of 17 points. Coach Scott Frost.
I'm pleased with the effort. I'm pleased with the enthusiasm. I'm pleased with the improved detail of a lot of things. That was a lot cleaner first game than we played a year ago.
Quarterback Mackenzie Milton threw for 360 yards and 4 touchdowns. UCF plays at home next week, Saturday, against Memphis. Kickoff starts at 8 o'clock. If yesterday's game was any indication of what the offense will look like all season, there'll be a lot of touchdowns scored, and that bodes well for you. Dunkin' Donuts is partnering with the football program this season. Reward members with Dunkin' Donuts will receive a buy one, get one free coffee when the Knights score a touchdown. So if you're at Memory Mall, check it out. We also got an update on some other sporting events on campus this weekend. If you're going out, if you don't have any plans, check out the men's soccer team. The game will be here on campus as the team takes on the University of Charlotte tonight. The team comes in to the matchup with an 0-2 record. The women's soccer team will also be playing away tonight at Arizona and will try to improve their record to 3-1. That's all we have for sports today. Back to the desk for you guys.
The Knights found themselves ranked for the first time since 2013 when UCF ended the season with a victory against Baylor in the Fiesta Bowl. But Coach Scott Frost doesn't want players feeling satisfied just yet.
We haven't done anything yet in his eyes, so we're walking with a little more confidence, and we're excited about being ranked. But I don't think that means anything to a lot of guys on the team if we don't finish the season how we want to finish it.
Tomorrow, the Knights will face off in another conference showdown against the Cincinnati Bearcats. The team is looking to keep one of the nation's most explosive running games against Cincinnati. Adrian Killens, who had the longest rushing touchdown in team history last week, will be looking to help keep the Knights undefeated. And the losing streak for our men's soccer team is no more. After 3 losses, the Knights earned a win this week against the Stetson Hatters here at home. UCF forward Cal Jennings put on a performance Wednesday. The sophomore scored 2 goals in the first period and an assist in the second. Scoring the 3rd goal of the match and his 6th this season was senior Matias Pizarro. Junior midfielder Ricardo Oliveira scored the last goal, wrapping up the game with a final score of 4-0 UCF. The Knights play at home again Saturday at 7 p.m. as they take on the Memphis Tigers. And something to look forward to, the UCF men's basketball team tipped off practice Monday. The Knights are looking to build on a successful season in which they made a deep run into the NIT tournament. UCF brings back a stacked roster, including junior guard BJ Taylor, senior forward AJ Davis, and junior center Taco Fall. Head coach Johnny Dawkins returns for his 2nd season and says he was pleased with last year, but hopes to see improvement this season.
I told him I'd always tell him the truth, so what we want to accomplish is something special, then we have to be better than we were last year, and that's going to be our goal.
That message seemed to resonate with the players who looked excited to be back on the court. The team's season opener is November 10th as the Knights take on Mercer at CFE Arena. The Knights also face big teams like Alabama, Nebraska, and Wichita State later in the season. You can find the full 2017-2018 schedule online at ucfknights.com.
The Knights moved up to number 20 in the A poll this week after putting 63 points on the board against ECU. This week, the Knights play against a 5-1 Navy team on Saturday in their house. Coach Scott Frost is focused on getting another win against a conference opponent.
This is just another opportunity for us to attack and try to beat a good team in the league.
Navy's triple option offense will provide a tough challenge for the Knights as they haven't seen a rushing offense like this all season. The midshipmen have the #1 rushing offense in college football, running for almost 400 yards on the ground per game. Safety concerns for Knight fans arise after recent reports of 800,000 square feet of corrosion was discovered on Spectrum Stadium. The 10-year-old structure has numerous hotspots and rust, which prompted emergency repairs back in August. Contractors who built the stadium face a lawsuit alleging defects of improper design and construction. Stadium damages could take up to 4 years to repair and cost more than $14 million. Repairs won't impact any athletic events and are expected to be completed between February and July during the off-season. UCF will unveil a new look when the basketball team hits the court this season. That's right, guys, a new Orlando-themed design was revealed early this week. Roller coasters and Orlando Eye are just some of the new features on the court. UCF's athletic department took to social media using the hashtag #Blacktop to show a sneak peek of the court. The first game for the men's and women's basketball team is November 10th against
has the team 15th in the latest college football playoff rankings. The team beat the Huskies 49-24 as they continue to be the nation's highest scoring offense. Coach Scott Frost says the team needs to avoid distractions in order to focus on next week's game.
And you got to be able to ignore all of them. You know, Star Wars is coming out in December. The new Call of Duty, World War II just came out. You know, there's things happening all over that could get our guys' attention.
This week's matchup is against the Temple Owls. Last year, the Knights fell to the Owls 26-25 when Temple scored a touchdown with 1 second left in the game. But Coach says hopefully the team took their mistakes and learned from them. In basketball, the Knights are now 2-0 at the start of a much-anticipated season. The men gutted out a difficult win against Gardner-Webb. The Knights came away a 68-65 win. Forward A.J. Davis posted a double-double with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Coach Johnny Dawkins says he knows that the team is still trying to figure out their rhythm.
You have a lot of new guys out there. This is their second game in over a year. And there's going to be an adjustment. There's going to be some growing, because of that. They have to grow to those roles. They have to get comfortable, in other words.
Terrell Allen scored 12 points for the Knights. Chad Brown also had a big role in the game, posting a double-double off the bench. Coach says there's still much work to be done before tomorrow's game against William.
Wide receiver Dredrick Nelson hauled in a 45-yard touchdown pass from Mackenzie Milton to give the Knights the lead to start the fourth quarter. The Bulls tied the game at 42 with 1 minute and 41 seconds to play, but Mike Hughes put the Knights on top with a 95-yard kickoff return to give the Knights the final lead. Coach Scott Frost was in disbelief as Hughes became the hero of the game with his kick return.
And I said on the headset, I hope we can get a decent return here. I was thinking if you can get it out close to midfield, we'd only need a first down or two to be in field goal range for Matt. And, man, he hit that thing full speed.
The Knights advanced to the American Athletic Conference Championship Saturday against Memphis Tigers. UCF defeated the Tigers 40-13 in September when Memphis came to Spectrum Stadium. Kickoff will be at 12 o'clock on ABC, so make sure to go get your tickets and support your Knights for the final home game of the season.